Hi, Todd VanDenburg here with VanDenburg Capital Management and another Uncommon Sense update. So since my last update, the markets have gone pretty much straight up. The Dow is sitting right now at about 32,500, which is only 500 points away from where I had projected the Dow to be by the end of this year. So some have asked me, hey Todd, if we get to 33,000, which was my projection, should we sell everything and wait until the end of the year? And that answer is probably no, because that projection of 33,000 was based upon the data that was available early in the year. And we're getting even more data available right now. So I may update my projection, which is something I don't normally do. But because we're in such unprecedented times and the data that we're getting is changing so rapidly, I may have to do that here in the next few months. But that's not what I wanted to talk about today. What I want to talk about today is Congress just passed and President Biden just signed a $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill. And, some are painting it out to be, it's absolutely what's needed. Every dollar of it is needed. It's going to go to help, relieve the pressure, the financial pressures of COVID-19. And, that's not really true. There's huge chunks of the 1.9 trillion that won't even be spent for years. But there really are significant amounts of money in that COVID relief bill that are absolutely needed. And so, that's sort of how legislation works in Washington, right? You don't always get everything that you want. Sometimes you get things you don't want. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a little bit to get what you want. And that's what the COVID relief bill sort of looks like to me right now. If you ask conservatives, they're not happy with it because there's all kinds of spending that won't occur for years to come. So it's not really necessary right now. And if you ask, liberals, they would say, hey, it's all needed because, some of the money and the impacts of COVID won't be felt for a while. So we want to allocate money, to those future issues. In either case, there's hundreds of billions of dollars in that bill that will go to continue unemployment benefits for people who can't work right now because they're not allowed to provide stimulus payments to households and to help them shore up their balance sheets on the off chance that they've been impacted by COVID. So there is real money in that bill that will have immediate economic impact to people that are in need. On the other side, people are saying it's needed because the U.S. economy is in such bad shape. And, that's not really true. Could we be in better shape? Absolutely. But when you look at things like GDP, the U.S. GDP has almost gotten back up to its pre-COVID highs. Nobody talks about this, but, the economy is, in spite of all the, restrictions that have been placed on it, is doing what capitalism does. It's finding a way to make money and generate economic activity in spite of any adversity that might, be in front of it. And so that's what's happening right now. When we look at, personal spending actually is ahead of pre-COVID levels. And again, that's due in part to the, these stimulus checks that, the government keeps sending out. And the increased money sent to people on unemployment. But it is what it is, right? So what's going to be really critical here in the coming months is as the vaccines continue to roll out, and we now have a third vaccine that's been approved. We've got Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. As these vaccines continue to get rolled out, we will reach that magic herd immunity. And I've got a little chart here that sort of shows you how close different states are to herd immunity. And once we get there, then we'll see even more states opening up and reducing restrictions, which again will increase economic activity because there is some pent up demand. There's not all of the lost economic activity will be recovered, but there still is pent up demand. And somebody explained it to me in a way that I thought was cute, so I'll use it here. If you typically went to Starbucks every day to get a cup of coffee and you've been sitting at home for a month because you were on unemployment, As soon as you get to go back to work, you're not going to go buy 30 cups of Starbucks coffee to make up for the 30 that you didn't buy before. So there is economic activity that won't come back or won't be replaced. But if you now have a job and you're not living on unemployment, you'll have more money and you'll be able to continue to spend, and so the economy will continue to recover well ahead of where it is now. There is a lot of pent-up demand, and that comes because there's a lot of uncertainty about when will we be able to get back to something that resembles normal. So the long and short of it is, the bill isn't as bad as one side wants to make you believe, and it's not as good as the other side wants to make you believe. There's stuff in it that's going to have an impact, and we're going to be watching for that impact in the coming months. But the economy also isn't in as bad a shape as some would want you to believe, and the data is clear. Could it be better? Absolutely. 10 million unemployed people, that's not a good number, and we got to do a lot of work to get most of those people back to work, but it's not as bad as some are making it out to be, so we shouldn't be as very pessimistic about the prospects in the coming months, because again, once the vaccines are sort of universally rolled out and we've achieved herd immunity, then there's really nothing holding the economy back from getting back to something resembling normal. If anybody has any questions about this or any other financial matter, please shoot me an email, reply to this update, give me a call. It doesn't matter. I'm always here. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. But that was your update. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a like, give us a share, and I'll be back again soon with another Uncommon Sense update. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to be the first to hear of more Uncommon Sense updates like these, please click the subscribe button below. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks again.